May 1st, 1976, Stratomatic replay from Municipal Stadium in Cleveland. It is the California Angels taking on the Cleveland Indians. Hello everybody, this is the Sports Time Machine, your Utah Mike, bringing you 1976 Stratomatic PC replay for May 1st, 1976. Today's game, it's the Saturday game of the week, as it's the California Angels taking on the Cleveland Indians from Municipal Stadium. Our pitchers for today's game, as they're warming up in the bullpen, Pat Dobson for the Cleveland Indians and Nolan Ryan for the California Angels. Here are your lineups for today's game. For the Angels, for the visiting Angels, Rusty Torres leading off in center, Jerry Remy batting second at second, Bobby Bonds batting third and right. Bill Melton is your designated hitter, Bruce Bhakti is your first baseman, Joe LaHood in left, Dave Chalk at third, Ed Herman behind the plate, Orlando Ramirez at short, and pitching is Nolan Ryan. On the year, Nolan Ryan is 1-3, 2.34 ERA. As you can tell, he's getting the strikeouts this year. He's having a problem getting control, and he's losing games probably. We'll go over his record little by little, but as you see, he's having problems getting the win, even though his ERA is very little. For the Indians, Rick Manning and Senning leading off, Dwayne Kuiper batting second, Buddy Bell's your third baseman, Rico Cardi's your designated hitter, George Henrik in left, John Lowenstein at first, Charlie Spikes in right, Alan Ashby is your catcher, Frank Duffy at short, and Pat Dobson is your starter. Pat Dobson is 0-2, 7.71 ERA. He's making his fourth start of the year. Let's get to the ball game as we go to the field.
I have to agree with that.
As we go to the field, here we go. The Indians take the field. Henrik, Manning, Spikes, good outfield. Bell, Duffy, Kuiper, and Lowenstein, all good. Lowenstein, poor. Ashby behind the plate, +1 arm. On the mound, the veteran Pat Dobson. Dobson's 0-2, 7.71 ERA, 30 hits in 16 innings, and he has a +8 holds. That might not be good either. So here are the Angels. Rusty Torres leading off. And in case you are wondering, I did have the records here, and I did not go over them. So the records for today's game, let's see if we can get a little help here. We can bring back my screen here of the records, of the lineup screen and everything else. There it is. So the Angels come in at 8 wins and 9 losses, while the Cleveland Indians come in at 7 wins and 6 losses. Let's get back to the game. And here comes Rusty Torres. He's a left-handed hitter. He's hitting .250, 48 at-bats, 5 doubles, 2 homers, and 6 ribbies. He'll bat against a right-handed pitching Dobson. Ashby behind the plate. Dobson looks in, and here's the first pitch of the ball game. 2-8, and he walks. So Rusty Torres gets the walk. He's on at first. And now here is Jerry Remy, young-looking second baseman, hitting .273. 4 doubles, a triple, and 6 runs batted in. Has great speed. Good-looking young second baseman in the Angel organization. Ashby sets the sign. Dobson from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Remy. That's going to be a base hit for Jerry Remy. Torres will take third. Spikes will come up throwing, but Torres will make it not a problem. So now here is Bobby Bonds. Bonds on the year, hitting .270. He's only been up 37 times. A double, 2 RBI. Still looking for his first home run. Indians in trouble early here as we start our Major League Baseball game of the week here on the Sports Time Machine. We've entered the month of May. Ashby puts down the sign. Dobson from the stretch. First and third, nobody out. Pitch, and Remy with the steal second, and he gets thrown out. So Jerry Remy tried to steal second base, but he was thrown out. So now here's Bonds up with 1 out. So now let's see how they pitch Bonds. Ashby on the plate sets the sign. Dobson from the stretch and the pitch. That will be a walk to Bonds, and it's going to be first and third and 1 out. So 2 walks in the inning. And now here's the third baseman, the well-traveled Bill Melton, former Chicago White Sox, 62 at-bats, 1 home run, 8 runs batted in, hitting .274, first and third. Indians playing the infield normal, trying to get out of this without giving up any runs. Ashby sets the target. Dobson now working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Melton. 2-8. The ground ball to shorts. Duffy. He's going to try to go to second. Kuiper bonds a good slide. Run will score, and Bill Melton has himself a run batted in. Good hustle by Melton. There are now 2 outs, and the Angels take a 1-0 lead. Here's a young first baseman, Bruce Bhakti. Boy, he had a good start. He's hitting .311, 2 doubles, a triple, and 4 RBIs. Good-looking hitter again in this Angel organization. Ashby sets the target. Dobson from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 out. Pitch to Bhakti. 6-10. Ground ball to short. Duffy. He should make the play on it. Makes the play and ends the first. California gets a run on a hit. They strand one. We go to the bottom of the first. California 1 and Cleveland coming up the bat. On the mound, Nolan Ryan, 1-3, 2.34 ERA. He's only got up 19 hits in 35 innings. So let's go over Nolan Ryan's starts and see if he has a no-hitter thrown in here. We probably wouldn't know that unless we look at his start, so we can go ahead and take a look at it. He has gone 2 complete games so far. In one, he lost. He gave up 5 hits, and another in his last start, he gave up 6 hits and got the win. And his other games, he both lost. He went at 8 1/3 and given up 4 hits in both games. He has struck out at least 10 each time, but he's walked at least 8 3 of the 4 times. So Ryan's control in the early season has been a problem. That was the thing they traded for. Ryan's control can be a bit of a problem. Here's Rick Manning, good-looking center fielder, hitting .207, struggling with the bat, 3 RBIs. So again, Herman, the catcher. It's Lahoud, Torres, Bonds, okay outfield. Chalk, Ramirez, Remy, Bhakti, really good up the middle. Ramirez, not so good. Herman behind the plate, and +5. Nolan Ryan is your pitcher. Ryan looks in. Big kick. Here's the pitch to Matt. 7. There's an opening base hit the ball game. So he's looking for a no-hitter. It's not happening today. Manning leads off with a base hit, and the Indians have the first man on. Here's a second baseman, Dwayne Kuiper. Boys, he hot. 53 at-bats, 4 doubles, a triple, 3 runs batted in, hitting .415. Herman puts down the sign. Ryan working now from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Kuiper. I think Kuiper's going to lay a bunt down. No, it's going to be a hit and run. Let's see when that happens. It's going to be popped up, straight up. Remy's going to wait for this. Let's see if he comes down. He's waiting for the rain, I think, and makes the catch. So with 1 out, here is the third baseman. Again, a generation player, Buddy Bell. He is the son of Gus Bell. Again, a good-looking ball player, third baseman, great glove, hitting .298, 7 RBI. Still looking for his first home run. Herman behind the plate sets the target. Ryan from the stretch. Manning at first. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 1-5. That's a double play ball. Ramirez will get it. Pops over to Remy, over to Bhakti, and that's it. So the end of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, and no men left. We played 1. It's 1-0 Angels. So we go to the second inning here, and it's going to be Joe Lahoud, followed by Dave Chalk and Ed Herman. Lahoud, former Red Sox, hitting .148, 27 at-bats, 2 RBIs on the year, left-handed batter, will hit against the very crafty right-hander veteran Pat Dobson. Ashby behind the plate. Dobson looks in. Here's the pitch to Lahoud. 5-11 and draws the walk. Boys, Dobson having a problem finding the plate today. That's his 3rd walk, and now it brings up Dave Chalk. Chalk hitting .246, 2 doubles, a triple, 4 runs batted in. Ashby puts down the sign. Dobson from the stretch. Lahoud takes the lead off first. Here's the pitch to Chalk. 4-4, and that's a pop-up behind the plate. Let's see, and it does. No. Let's see what happens. He pops up to the catcher. Okay, so Lahoud takes second. So I guess that was a pass ball. It was a pass ball and pop up to the catcher on the chart. So he takes second on the pass ball and then the pop-up. So runner on second, 1 out. Here's the very experienced catcher, Ed Herman. .097, been up 31 times, a double and an RBI. So you can tell he can really hit righties on the season. So this could be a good time for him to get a base hit. Ashby behind the plate. Dobson from the stretch. Runner on second and 1 out. Here's the pitch to Herman. 6-4. Again, it's going to be a catch X. And again, it's going to be a pass ball and pop-up. So again, it's going to be a pop up to the catcher. LaHoo takes third. So the second pop pass ball by Ashby, and now it gives Orlando Ramirez a chance to get the run home. He's hitting 264, two doubles, 5 RBIs. Runner on third and 2 outs. Ramirez a chance to get the winning, again, get a run in here. Ashby behind the plate. Pat Dobson working from the stretch. Runner on third and 2 outs. Pitch to Ramirez. 6-11. Ground ball to first. That's a tough play for Lowenstein. Is he going to get over and make it? No, he does not. It kicks off his arm. The run scores, and Ramirez will get the first. That's an E3. And the Angels lead it 2-0. So a big error on Lowenstein. And the Angels take a 2-0 lead. Here is Rusty Torres, the center fielder. Torres has walked his first time up and scored the first Angel run. So Angels up 2-0 here, giving Nolan Ryan some breathing room of some runs early. Ashby sets the target. Dobson from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 out. Pitch to Torres, 3-4, and pops it straight up. Lowenstein should have it. He should get it. Make the catch. And the Angels are done in the first. 1 run, I believe, no hits, 1 error, 2 pass balls. At the end of an inning and a half, California 2 and the Indians nothing. So Nolan Ryan comes in for his second inning of work. He'll pitch to the veteran Rico Carty, George Hendrick, and John Lowenstein. So Carty on the year, hitting 250, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. He had an excellent 76 season, 1383 hit, 310. Big right-handed batter. I remember him from the Braves in 1970, so he's traveled a bit. Herman behind the plate sets the target. Ryan looks in. The big leg kick to Rico Carty. 3-7 and walks him. That does not help Nolan Ryan's statistics out. That's another walk for him. He's on at first, nobody out. Carty with no speed, though. They're going to play behind him. And now here is the young outfielder, George Hendrick, hitting 286, 2 homers, 9 runs batted in, right-handed hitter. Herman behind the plate. Ryan from the stretch. Runner on first and nobody out. Pitch to Hendrick. 4-4 again. That is going to be a catch X. And he'll go to second. That'll be a wild pitch and pop up. So the runner will go to second and the player is out. So Carty goes to second. Wild pitch by Ryan. And here is John Lowenstein hitting 125. He's only been up 8 times. 1 base hit. He's a good left-handed stick against right-handed pitcher. Runner on second, 1 man out. Bottom of the second, 2-0 Angels. Herman behind the plate. Ryan from the stretch. Runner on second, 1 out. Pitch to Lowenstein. And that will be a line drive, I believe. Torres is going to try for it. He's going to dive. Cannot make the play. Torres cannot make the play. It gets past him. Carty went on the play. So Carty will score from second. And Lowenstein will go to second with the double. So John Lowenstein knocks in a run. And the Indians are down a run 2-1. So now here is Charlie Spikes hitting 255. Home run, 5 RBIs. Herman behind the plate sets the target. Ryan from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Spikes. 3-8. That's a ground ball too short. Ramirez has got it. Looks back at Lowenstein. Throws a strike to Bhakti, and there's 2 outs. Here's a young catcher, Alan Ashby. Been up 40 times. Triple 3 RBIs, hitting 125. There's thought about putting him up on the exhibition on the expansion draft for next year. We go to 2 more teams, going Toronto and Seattle. So, well, maybe Alan Ashby could find a spot and play full time for one of those teams. He seems not to be destined on this team. Herman sets the target. Ryan from the stretch. Runner on second and 2 men out. Pitch to Ashby. And Ashby hits a liner. Base hit. Ramirez cannot make the play. Lowenstein will go to third. Stays right there. And it's first and third, 2 outs. So the Indians with their third hit of the ball game. Here's a shortstop, Frank Duffy. Duffy hitting 122. 49 at-bats. Only an RBI. Struggling with the bat so far month of April. Herman puts down the sign. Ryan working from the stretch. First and third, 2 outs. Pitch to Duffy. 4-7 and struck him out. Good curveball. Cannot get it. Ryan with a big strikeout, and they strand 2. We played 2 here in Cleveland. It's 2-1 Angels. So Remy, Bonds, and Melton will bat for the Angels here in the third. Remy 1 for 1 so far. He steps up. Ashby sets the target. Dobson looks in, gets the sign, and the pitch to Remy. Remy gets a single to center field. So Jerry Remy with 2 hits in the ball game. He'll get on base. Again, he's got good speed. He may try to run here. Here is now Bobby Bonds. So Bonds so far has walked. He steps up. Ashby puts down the target. Dobson from the stretch. Runner on first. Nobody out. Top of the third. Pitch to him. That's going to be a strikeout. Bonds swung through it. Big strikeout. Something Bonds does on a regular basis. Dobson got him with a changeup away. 1 out in the third. Here is Bill Melton. Melton hit a force play and then run batted in his first time up. California leads 2-1. Top of the third. 1 out. Ashby puts down the sign. Dobson looks over at Remy from the stretch. Here's the pitch. They're going to try to run, and he gets to second. The ball goes through to center field. Manning comes up throwing. Remy will get up on a good slide and pop. He'll go to third, and Remy's on in third. So an error on Alan Ashby. So a stolen base and error. Runner on third, 1 out, and it looks like the Indians will play the infield in. They're going to try to stop this once and for all because they need to limit the runs. Melton up again, chance to drive in a big run. Ashby sets the target for him, has to make sure it doesn't get crossed up here. Dobson from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Melton. 3-4, popped it straight up. Bell is there. Bell is going to call everybody off. Remy's going to hold, and the catch is made. What an out to get. So 2 outs in the third. Here's Bruce Bhakti. 0 for 1 in the ball game. Ashby sets the target. Dobson from the stretch. Remy to take a lead off third. Here's a pitch to Bhakti. He has a line drive. It's caught by Dwayne Kuiper to end the inning. So Remy is stranded at third. We go to the bottom of the third. It's 2-1 California. So now it'll be Rick Manning, followed by Kuiper and then Bell. Last of the third. So Herman sets the target. Ryan looks in, gets the target. Here's the pitch from Nolan. 2-6 and a base hit. So Ryan base hit the other way. He takes Ryan the other way. Base hit number 4 for the Indians. So now here's the second baseman, Dwayne Kuiper. Kuiper popped up his last time up. He went into a hit and run his last time up. Hit Herman, go out, talk to Ryan, comes back, puts down the sign for him. Ryan from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And again, I think they're going to go for a hit and run. Let's see. And he charges it. Oh, it's a bunt. So he does get a bunt. So a sacrifice from Kuiper this time. Manning will go to second, and there's 1 out. So now here's the third baseman like we talked about, Buddy Bell. Bell, a .293 hitter, 7 RBIs. Good spot for him driving a run here. Herman behind the plate, sets the target. Again, goes over the sign so Ryan doesn't cross him up. Ryan working from the stretch to the belt. Here's the pitch to Bell. And that's going to be a strikeout. Got him looking. Curve on the inside corner. So 2 outs, and here's the dangerous Rico Cardi. Cardi, .250 hitter. 2 doubles, 2 homers, 3 RBIs. Walked his first time up. So he scored the first. He scored the only Indian run. Herman sets the target. Ryan working from the stretch to the belt. Here's the pitch to Rico Cardi. 4-5, and got him. Big strikeout for Ryan, his third of the game. We played 3, Angels 2, Indians 1. So for the Angels, Joe LaHoo, Dave Chalk, and Ed Herman will bat for the Angels here in the fourth, as Pat Dobson is still on the mound for the Angels, for the Indians. So Dobson, a right-hander, won 20 games with the Orioles in 71. Ashby puts down the sign. Dobson, the full wind-up, the pitch to Joe LaHoo. 1-7 and struck him out. Strikeout number 2 for Dobson. Here is Dave Chalk. Chalk's first time up was not an official at bat. So again, Ashby puts down the sign for him. Dobson looks in. Full wind-up and pitch to Chalk. 4-5, line drive down the line. Lowenstein with a nice play, 2 away. And now here is the first baseman, Ed Herman. So Herman's 0 for 1. Herman, again, he's 0 for 1 his first at bat. So 2 outs here in the fourth. Angels lead by a run, 2-1. Ashby puts down the sign. Dobson looks in, and here's the pitch to Herman. 1-9 and draws the walk. So Herman gets himself a walk. So for Dobson, that is 4 walks and 2 hits through 3 2/3. That's a lot of base runners, a lot of traffic for the municipality of Cleveland. So here's Orlando Ramirez, 0 for 1 in the ball game. Reached on an error on the first baseman his first time up, which drove in a run. 2-1 Angels, top of the 4th, 2 outs. Ashby sets the target. Dobson lurking from the bell. From the stretch, Herman, here is the pitch to Ramirez. 5-6, and he skies the right field. Charlie Spikes is going to be there. He'll wait for it, comes down for it, and makes the catch, and the Angels are done in the 4th. No runs, a hit, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It is still 2-1 Angels. So for the Indians, George Hendrick, followed by John Lowenstein and Charlie Spikes. We'll bat here for Cleveland in the 4th. So Hendrick's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Herman sets the target. Ryan from the full windup. Here's the pitch to George. 3-11, ground ball in the whole 3rd. Chalk has got it. He's got time. He sets, throws a strike to Bhakti for the first out of the inning. So now here's John Lowenstein. Doubled his first time up. Drove in a run against Ryan. That was a beautiful looking double he had. Herman sets the target. Ryan looking in from the full windup. Here's the pitch to John Lowenstein. 3-8. Skies to right field. Bonds is there. Comes in. Makes the catch. And we got 2 outs here in the 4th. So 2 big outs here in the 4th. So now we'll come down to the right fielder, Charlie Spikes. Spikes having a good ball game so far. So Spikes 0 for 1. So Ryan looks in. 2 outs here in the 4th. Ryan, the windup to Charlie Spikes. 6-5 and got him on the inside corner. Ryan folding with the curveball, and we played 4. 3 up, 3 down here in Cleveland. It's 2-1 Angels. The Angels, 2 runs on 2 hits, while Cleveland, 1 run, 4 hits, and 2 errors. So Rusty Torres up for the Angels, followed by Remy and Bonds. Ashby sets the target. Dobson full windup to Rusty Torres. 3-6 fly ball center field. It's shallow. Manning's got a beat on it. Comes in, makes the catch, and he got 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Here at Municipal Stadium, home of the Cleveland Browns. Something Cleveland has not drawn well. This is a huge ballpark. We got about 17,000, which in a normal ballpark wouldn't be too bad. But in a ballpark that sits almost 72,000, it does look kind of empty. So Remy 2 for 2. Single twice in the 1st and 3rd on Dobson. Ashby sets the target. Dobson with the full windup. Here's the pitch to Remy. 1-5 and a shallow fly ball right field. Charlie Spikes will have a beat on it. He'll come in, wait for it to come down, and make the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs for the Angels here in the 5th. And it brings up Bobby Bonds. Boy, what a career Mr. Bonds has had. Started early at the San Francisco Giants and is now playing for the Angels. Still has good power, good speed. 30 stolen bases on this 76 campaign, so he can steal you one. Ashby sets the target. Dobson the full windup. Here's the pitch to Bonds. 6-10 inside corner. So Dobson gets the curveball inside, and we played 5. It's official here in Cleveland. It's 2-1 California.
I gotta go make some money,
So Ashby, Duffy, and Manning to bat for Cleveland. That's a left-right left matchup against Ryan here. Ryan takes the mound, bottom of the 5th inning. He's pitched 4 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Getting his control under control, as they say. Herman puts down the sign. Ryan looks in, gets the sign. Here's the big pitch to Ashby. 4-10. Again, Ashby will hit him again. So Ashby will take a rocket to left center field. Torres was playing 2 in on him. Goes over his head. Ashby around first. He gets to carry him off the wall. He'll throw it back in, and Ashby will coast in standing with a double. So a leadoff double for Ashby. Their 5th hit of the ball game. And now here's Frank Duffy. Let's see, maybe they bunt him over here. So now Ryan looks in from the stretch. Runner on second. Nobody out. Ryan working from the stretch. And yeah, they're going to try to bunt it, I believe. Duffy will try to lay it down. It's popped up. And Remy with a diving catch. What a play by Remy. So a bad bunt.
I either have to decide to do GOTW or I have to decide to do a restaurant.
So Rick Manning comes up. He's 2 for 2. He's gotten 2 hits off Ryan so far. Duffy trying to push Ashby over, popped it up, and Remy made a nice running catch coming in on it. Nice diving play. So Herman puts down the sign for him. Ryan working from the stretch. Goes to the belt. Here's the pitch to Manning. And that's going to be a walk to Manning. So Ryan now looking a little bit, fumbled a little bit here. 5 walks in. 5 hits and 2 walks, 2 on, 1 out, holding on to a dear 2-1 lead. Here's Kuiper. He's hitting a monstrous 407, 54 at bat so far, has 3 RBIs. Herman puts down the sign. Ryan from the stretch. 0 for 1 in the ball game is Kuiper. The pitch, 5-6, struck him out. Ryan threw a 97 miles an hour right by him. So 2 outs, and now here's Buddy Bell. He's ground out to a double play, struck out, he's 0 for 2. 2 on, 2 outs. Herman puts down the sign. Ryan looks in from the stretch. 2 on, 2 outs. Ryan gonna throw one by Buddy Bell right now. 2-9, ground ball to short. Ramirez has got it, flips to Remy, and that will end the inning. So no runs on 2 hits. And nobody left. No runs, 1 hit and a walk, and 2 men left. We played 5 here at Cleveland. It's 2-1 California. Let's go over the Saturday scores while we have you here. The Cubs lead the Giants 3-0. White Sox lead the Tigers 5-1. Yankees over the Royals 3-1. The Brewers over the Twins 7-1. Red Sox over the Rangers 2-0, while the Phillies lead the Braves 6-2. Montreal leads the Reds 3-0, while the Cardinals lead the Dodgers 1-0. And the Padres lead the Pirates looks like by the score of 5-3. So here we go, folks. Top of the 6th. The second part of the game. Bill Melton here. 3-7 struck him out. I think he struck out ball 4. So Dobson went fishing after him. Melton swung and got him. So a big strikeout for him. 4 strikeouts and 4 walks. So he's given up 2 hits and 4 walks. Bhakti, a left-handed hitter, grounded out and lined out. Ashby sets the sign. Dobson looks in. Here's the pitch to Bhakti. 5-7 and a walk. So Bhakti's on. There you can tell Dobson struggles against those left-handers. And boy, does he struggle. He's now walked 5 and given up 2 hits. So now here's Joey LaHood, 0 for 1 and a run scored. Ashby sets down the sign. Dobson working from the stretch. Runner on first and 1 man out. Pitch to LaHood. That's going to be a 4-11 fly ball right field. Charlie spot. Uh-oh, that could be a base hit. Is it going to go to the wall? It does for a base hit down the line. That's the one, the outfield for extra bases. Goes in the second. Bhakti to third. So that was a third. That was a right fielder. Action as a base hit down the line. Second and third, 1 out. LaHood with a double. And now the Angels with a big opportunity to add an extra run. But now here's the light hitting Dave Chalk. 237 right now. Lined out his first time up. He's 0 for 2. Ashby puts down the sign, goes through him. Dobson struggling here. Infield in for the Indians, trying to get the run cut off at the plate. That's going to be a 2-4 ground ball to short Duffy. He'll look back at Bhakti. He holds him, throws a strike to Lowenstein, and there's 2 outs. Oh, what an out there. So Dobson, the crafty right-hander, makes a big play. And now here's the catcher, Ed Herman. He's 0 for 1 with the walk so far. So let's see if Herman can get a big piece here. Dobson to get the big out. Angels trying to extend the run. The Indians trying to end this 6th inning. Ashby sets the target. Dobson working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Herman. And they intentionally walk Eddie Herman, which means they're going to let Orlando Ramirez beat him. Ramirez in the ball game has reached on an errand flight out. He's hitting 255 on the year, 2 doubles and 5 RBIs. Ashby sets the sign. Dobson from the stretch. Bases loaded. 2 out. Pitch to Ramirez. Ground ball short. If Duffy can make the play on it, he's going to make it. He's over. He turns. He throws. Got him with a nice play. He went the second for the force. So the Angels leave the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 2-1 Angels. Rico Carty, George Hendrick, and John Lowenstein. Right, left against Ryan here in the 6th. So Carty to swing. Here we go. Herman sets the target. Ryan looks in, nods. Here's the pitch to Rico Carty. 6-9 and walked him. And Ryan knew about that. He walked up to the home plate umpire, kind of questioning his call here. Again, the home plate umpire in this one. Let's go over Marty Springstead, your home plate umpire. Deckinger at first, Larry Barnett at second, and Dale Ford at third are your umpires. So Carty's your home plate umpire. Hendrick the batter, 0 for 2. Hendrick grounded out last time up. Would be a double play here. Ryan needs a DP in the worst way. 2-1 California. Cleveland again got a man on. Herman sets the sign. Ryan working from the stretch, trying to keep Carty close, but Baki's playing in back of him. Here's the pitch to Hendrick. 1-7 deep to left field. That ball is gone. Holy cow. That ball is deep. That ball is far. LaHoo gonna run out of room. It is far. It is deep and it is gone. So home run for George Hendrick. And the Indians take a 3-2 lead. So the drums of Chief Wapham go crazy here as the Indians take a 3-2 lead here in the 6th. 2-run bomb by George Hendrick. A bomb on his own card. So here is John Lowenstein. 1 for 2 with a double. Herman puts down the sign. Ryan looks in. Bottom of the 6th. Cleveland now takes the lead. Here's the pitch to Lowenstein. And struck him out looking. So first out here in the 6th. And here's Charlie Spikes. He's 0 for 2. A ground out and a strikeout. Ryan has struck out 6 and walked 3. And a couple of those walks have been costly. As Hendrick's home run brought in one of those walks. Herman puts down the sign. Ryan looks in. Here's the pitch to Spikes. And Spikes hits a bullet. Oh, what a play by Chalk. He went to his left and made a sensational play. 2 outs in the 6th, and here's Ashby. Boys, he been a pain to Ryan today. 2 hits, including a single and a double. So Ashby bringing that average up after a slow start. Herman, Ashby a switch hitting catcher. Herman sets the sign. Ryan looks in. Here is the windup to Ashby. 6-8 and walks him. Another walk from Ryan. That's number 4. That's 10 base runners through 5 2/3. That's what he's been running the problems this year. So now here's Duffy. Let's see what he can do with 2 outs here with the runner on first. Ashby not much to steal. Bhakti will play in back of him. Herman sets the sign. Ryan from the stretch goes to his belt. Looks back at Ashby. Here's the pitch to Duffy. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. Ramirez to his hole. Let's see if they go to second with it. And they will go to second for the force. But Cleveland gets 2 on a big 2-run bomb by George Hendrick. We go to the 7th. Cleveland leads by 1, 3-2. So Pat Dobson will come out. Top of the 7th, it's 3-2 Cleveland. Torres, Remy, and Bonds the bat for the Angels. Ashby puts down the sign. Dobson looks in the nods. Here's the pitch to Torres. 2-6 and walk. So again, he's walked for the second time. Dobson has walked 7 along with the 3 hits. So yeah, a lot of control issues today, making this game a lot longer. Here's Jerry Remy. He's had 2 hits, but he controls the bat well enough to bunt. Let's see if they do that or maybe a little hit and run here. Ashby sets the sign. Dobson looks in. Lowenstein holding him at the bag. Here is the pitch, and I think they're going to swing. It's going to be a bunt, and he lays it down. It's perfectly picked up by Dobson. Throws to Lowenstein, and that's a sacrifice for Jerry Remy. Gets the job done. So the Angels have the tying runner at second with 1 out, and it brings up the very dangerous Bobby Bonds. 0 for 2 with a walk. Walk back in the first. Melton on deck. Ashby sets the sign for him. Dobson looks in, looks back at Torres. They don't cover Torres. They're kind of playing in back of him. Dobson from the stretch, pitch to Bonds, 2-6. That's a single to right field. Spikes will come up. Oh, they throw home, and Ashby covers the plate and gets him in time. Oh, what a throw by Spikes. So Spikes threw a bullet to Ashby, who made the play. So now 2 outs. Bonds takes second on the throw. And now again, the Angels have a chance with 2 outs in the 7th, but they replace him. Spikes with a positively P to the home plate, and Ashby held onto the ball as the runner came in. So now here's Bill Melton, 0 for 3 in the RBI, 3-2 Cleveland, top of the 7th. Tying runner at second, Bonds' excellent speed. Ashby puts down the sign. Dobson from the stretch to his belt. Here's the pitch to Melton. 4-12, fly ball left field. Hendrick, who's been the star today, comes in, makes the catch, and the Angels unable to score. But Charlie Spike saves the day with an excellent throw. It's a 7th inning stretch here in Cleveland. It's 3-2 Indians. So Nolan Ryan comes in for a 7th inning of work. He's gone 6 hits, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. So Manning 2 for 2, 2 hits and a walk. He's been on 3 times. Herman sets the sign. Ryan looks in, and here's the pitch to Manning. Fly ball left field. That could be trouble for LaHood. He got a bad jump on it. He's going to come in for it, put his arm in. He can't get it. Bounced in front of him. He played him too far. He played him too deep, and it dropped in front. So Manning's on at first. Ryan can't believe it. That was a misplayed ball by LaHood. And now here's Kuiper, who's 0 for 2 now. Manning is again could give the Indians some insurance here. Last of the 7th, 3-2 Indians. Herman sets the sign. Ryan looks in, working from the stretch. They're holding Manning on. He's got some speed. And Kuiper will lay down a good sacrifice. Good play by Ryan. Throws the Bhakti, and Manning will take seconds. You're seeing a lot of National League Baseball here. A lot of little ball. Runner on first in. Runner on first, 1 out in the 7th. Manning in scoring position, possesses good speed. Here's a third baseman, Buddy Bell. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout and ground out to double play. He's looking for his first big hit of the game. Herman puts down the sign. Ryan from the stretch, looking back, and Manning dancing around from the hip. Here's the pitch from Ryan. 5-7, struck Bell out. Second time today, Bell's down on strikes. So now here's Rico Carty. What a game Carty's had. 2 walks and a strikeout, but on base twice. On deck is that George Hendrick fellow who had the huge home run his last time up. Herman puts down the sign. Ryan looks in from the stretch. Runner on second and 2 out. Pitch to Carty. 4-4. That is, let's see. Oh, it's going to be a 1-base error by Herman. The runner will take third. Oh, my goodness. Ed Herman, the ball bounced in fair territory, could not pick it up clean. Carty takes first, and he'll bring up Hendrick with 2 outs. Oh, and Nolan Ryan's inning just got worse. So now here is Mr. Hendrick. Grounded out, they had a 2-run bomb that landed somewhere in the middle of the left center field deck here in Municipal. So Hendrick comes up the bat. 2 out to the 7th. Cleveland a 1-run lead. Cleveland out hitting California 7-4. Cleveland's made 2 errors. California just made their first one, extending the inning so Ryan could pitch to Hendrick. Herman puts down the sign. Ryan from the stretch. First and third. Bhakti playing the back of Carty. Manning dancing down the line at third. Here's the pitch to Hendrick. 1-8, and he hit another one. Deep to left field is Hendrick. He hit one just as hard as did before. LaHood back. Makes the catch at the track. He just ran out of real estate. Holy cow. Ryan takes a deep breath. And we played 7. Cleveland strands 2. We go to the 8th. 3-2 Indians. And Ryan comes off the field. Thought he gave him a 3-run blast to Hendrick there. But nope, the park held it. So we go to the 8th. Cleveland 3 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors. California 2 runs, 1 hit, and 1 error. So now the Angels set up Bhakti, LaHood, and chalk against Dobson here. Ashby puts down the sign. Dobson looks in. Wind up. Here's the pitch to Bhakti. Bhakti ground ball to short. Duffy's got it easy enough play to Lowenstein, and they have one out here in the eighth. So here's Joe Lude. 1 for 2, had a double back in the sixth. Again, he has misplayed a couple plays out and left today. Not the most graceful outfielder. Ashby puts down the sign for him. Dobson looking in. Here is the wind up to LaHood. 5-11 and draws the walk. So LaHood draws a walk, his second of the ball game. And now let's see how much longer Cleveland stays with Dobson. That is walk number 8. So 12 base runners so far in 7 1/3. Chalk 0 for 3 in the ball game. Ashby sets the sign. Dobson working off the stretch. Run first and 1 out. And Dave Collins will come in. That's a good call. He'll come in and run for LaHood and probably take over left field. So Dave Collins with excellent speed. You know they're going to try to run here. They're only down a run here. Ashby sets the sign. Dobson from the stretch. Collins taking a huge lead. And here they come. And no, they're going to go to their closer. So Cleveland has seen enough. So here comes Jim Kern. So Kern, 2-0 on the year, 1 save, 3 innings, no hits. He went in 118 innings as a reliever with 15 saves. One of the Indians' absolute best closer. They're going to ask him to get 5 outs here. So chalk to Kern. He locks in the Collins. Ashby sets the target. Here's the pitch. And no, they're going to bring in Billy Smith. So Billy Smith will come in the ball game. So boy, the Angels really doing some work here. So again, Collins went to run for LaHood, and then Chalk got pinch hit for Billy Smith. I believe that's his name, and the same guy who played for the Baltimore Orioles here. And that is Billy Smith in 76. He only had 8 at bats, so he was on the roster. He hit righties, but that was about it. Boy, he did hit righties. Look at that card. He's been up 5 times, gotten a double, 2 RBIs. Talking about using your guys to your fullest until he's no longer on the roster. Ashby sets the sign. Kern from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Billy Smith. 6-5 and a base hit for Billy Smith. He got it on Kern's card. And it's first and third, 1 out. So California trying to get a run in here. So now here's the catcher, Ed Herman. Let's see if they do what they do with him. So now I got Collins at third, Smith at first. Angels unloading their bench here. Ashby sets the sign. Kern from the stretch. Infield in for the Indians. They're going to try here. And they are going to bring in a lefty. Oh, my goodness. And Kern can't believe it. He's wondering why they're pulling him out, and Frank Robinson doesn't care. He gives Jim Kern the look, and he'll bring in Dave LaRoche. So LaRoche, the lefty, comes in. He's 1-0, 9 hits, give 8 hits in 9 innings, 10 walks. So he's had issues with control, but he's had a great season for the Indians. So here we go. Pitching, it's basically a left-on-left matchup. Ramirez on deck, and then you got Torres, who really hits lefties. Ashby puts down the sign. LaRoche from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Herman. 3-6 and draws the walk, and LaRoche can't believe it. Bases loaded, 1 out in California with a huge opportunity to tie this up. Here's Orlando Ramirez. He's been asked to do a lot today. Reached on an error flight out, hit into a force out. The Angels could bat for him also. Let's see if they do that. Bases loaded, 1 out. Ashby sets the sign. LaRoche from the left-hand side gets the sign. Ramirez, and let's see what they do. He squares. He bunts it. Fielded by Lowenstein. Throw to first. He got him. Gets the job done, and we're tied. So they went for a squeeze play with the bases loaded. So Ramirez laid it down far enough past LaRoche, who had it. His only play was the first. Lopped it to Lowenstein. And the Angels tie the game up with a bases loaded squeeze. So now here's Rusty Torres. 0 for 2 in the ball game. He's walked twice. He really loves lefties. He could really get a good pitch to hit here. Ashby sets the sign. LaRoche from the left. Here it is. And oh, they walk Torres. They also know about his his ability to smash lefties, and they're going to pitch to the youngster Jerry Remy. So Torres gets the 4. Remy comes up. He's 2 for 3, including a sacrifice bunt. There's 2 outs in this game, though. Left on left matchup. Remy against LaRoche. Ashby puts down the side. LaRoche from the stretch puts to Remy. 2-3 ground ball to second. Kuiper's got it in front. Goes to Lowenstein. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Let's reset this lineup here. So Leroy Stanton is at left. Collins in center. Bonds in right. Torres, Ramirez, Remy, Bhakti. Herman behind the plate. And Ryan stays in the pitch spot in the 8th. Indians 3-7-2, while the Angels 3-5-1. Lowenstein the swing. Lowenstein 1 for 3, doubled back in the second. Herman puts down the sign. Ryan with a pitch to Lowenstein. 1-7, struck him out. He swung through it. Big strikeout for Ryan. He's 8. He needs 2 more for another consecutive start with 10. Here's Charlie Spikes, 0 for 3 in the ball game. Herman sets the target. Ryan looks in. Here's the pitch to Charlie Spikes. 1-7. He struck him out. There's 9. 9 for Ryan. 1 more. And here's Alan Ashby. 2 for 2. Single, double, and a walk. So Herman sets the side. Ryan looks in. Here's the windup to Duffy. 4-9. Drops it in front. Big play from Collins or Bonds. Bonds will come in, slides, makes the catch. What a play by Bonds. And that does it for the 8th inning. We go to the 9th. We had a tie ball game at 3. 3-3 in the 9th. Bonds, Melton, Bhakti. So now Bonds with a chance here. LaRoche staying in the game. So Bonds so far in the game has gone on single walk, struck out twice. Ashby puts down the side. LaRoche with a big windup, pitch to Bonds. 5-9, ground ball to second. Kuiper should get it this in front of him. Let's see. He does. We'll see if he straightens, throws that out. He does. Oh, he doesn't. It's through the hole for a base hit. Took him to the next pitch. Ground ball in the hole. Kuiper somehow reaches the ball. He's going to make a throw. Base hit for Bonds. Infield hit there. And Kuiper had to eat it. So now Bonds is on base. Base hit number 6 for the Angels. They have the go-ahead runner on, and here's Bill Melton. Melton has struck out in the force play in an RBI so far. Ashby puts down the sign. LaRoche working from the stretch. Runner on first, nobody out. And they stole it, and Bonds steals second. How about that? So Bonds literally stole that one on Ashby. So runner on second, no out. Melton with a huge opportunity. Ashby puts the sign down. LaRoche working from the left. Does Bonds look for 3? No, he'll pitch to him. 6-5, ground ball to short. Duffy's got him throwing. Throws to first, makes the play, but Bonds will move to third. How about that? Gutsy move by Bonds. So now the Indians will have to bring the infield in. Bobby Bonds, excellent speed at third. Bruce Bhakti, good young-looking hitter. 0 for 3 with the walk so far. Left on, left matchup. On deck is Collins. Ashby sets the sign. LaRoche from the stretch. Runner on third, 1 out. And the pitch. 2-3, popped it straight off. Bhakti throws the bat down. Lowenstein waits, makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. Wasted opportunity for Mr. Bhakti, and now here is Dave Collins. His first at bat, he's been up 50 times, got 3 home runs, 5 RBIs, hitting a robust 320. He's had a good season so far. He's a young-looking switch hitter. Now will bat from the right side against LaRoche. Angels have the go-ahead run at third and Bonds. Ashby puts the sign down. LaRoche from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Collins. 3-5 and draws the walk. So Collins at first, Bonds at third. And now here is Leroy Stanton batting for the first time, hitting a .50, 2 RBIs. Let's see if they run Collins the second here. Ashby puts the sign down. LaRoche from the stretch. First in 3, 2 outs. Pitch to Stanton. 6 struck him out. LaRoche got him, and he makes a big fist to get him off the mound. He gives Ashby a big high five. We go to the 9th. It's a tie game at 3. Duffy, Manning, Kuiper, right, left against Ryan here in the 9th. So here is Duffy. Herman puts the sign down. Ryan for the big windup and pitch to Duffy. 3-10 ground ball in the hole. Third. Torres has got it. Picks up, throws the Bhakti for the first out. They're replacing Chalk with a 4-37 at third, and Torres that time didn't affect him. Here's Manning. What a ball game he's had. 3 for 3, including a walk. Left-handed hitter, decent power. Herman puts down the sign. Ryan looking in from the windup. Big pitch to him. 6-10, 5-ball center field. Collins may not get this. He may not have played this well. Let's see. Does he make the play or not? And he can't do it. He cannot get it. Collins misplayed it. Collins will go to second. Manning will coast there with a double. So a double for Manning and a huge opportunity for the Indians here in the ninth. Here's the second baseman, Kuiper. He's sacked twice, popped up and struck out. Ryan looks to be on the bad end of the stick once again because of this. Runner on second, 1 out in the ninth. Winning run is over there. Herman puts down the sign. Ryan from the stretch, and did they get him out of there? Yes, they do. They'll go to Dick Drago. So Ryan get the ball taken from another 8 in the third innings. This time 9 strikeouts. Drago 1-1, 5.63 ERA, 12 hits in 8 innings. Drago the right-hander, runner on second, 1 out. Herman puts the sign down. Drago from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Kuiper. 5-8 and a line drive second base at Remy, who makes a nice play. So now here is Buddy Bell. 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts in the ball game. Big opportunity for Cleveland to win it here. Or do they get Ryan off for a no decision? Herman puts down the sign. Drago working from the stretch. Runner on second, 2 out. Pitch to Buddy Bell. There it is. Line drive. That'll be in the gap. Collins is going to try to race for it. Can't get it. Manning will score, and the Cleveland Indians will win this ball game by the score of 4-3 by getting a run here in the ninth. The winning run scores, and Manning, Buddy Bell is mobbed as he gets the game-winning RBI. And unfortunately, that gets Nolan. Ryan the loss. He'll go to 1-4. 8 in the third innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 4 walks, 9 strikeouts. Drago gives up the winner. The winning pitcher is LaRoche. He's 2-0. He winning in 2/3, 1 hit, 3 walks, and a strikeout. What a ball game here in Cleveland. Cleveland will improve to 8-6, while the Angels will drop to 8-10. Well, folks, that is our ball game for today. Let's see what the Monday night games bring us. See if there's anything on the exciting side for tonight. And that way we can kind of look ahead and see what's possible. So Monday's only game during the night is Cleveland in Oakland. So we might take a break from Monday Night Baseball. I don't see a Cleveland-Oakland game. That is Dennis Eckersley, the young right-hander for the Indians. So we'll probably take a break. So we will not be with you this Monday night. So we'll go ahead and we'll look ahead again to May 8th at our schedule for day games. And there's a bunch of them. There are about 7 or 8 games. Atlanta plays Pittsburgh, which is Negro and Medich. Chicago plays Detroit, which is Johnson and Rule. Cincinnati and Chicago, which is Alcala and Russell. So we could go to Wrigley. Joe Decker and Bill Travers. That is Minnesota, Milwaukee. Yankees and A's. Probably wouldn't do that. San Diego and the Mets, which is Lowitz and Folker. So probably not doing that. San Francisco and Montreal, probably not much there to do. Texas and Boston, which is Singer and Wise. And then Umbarger, that's actually, they're doing a doubleheader in Boston, so you probably wouldn't do that either. So why don't we go to Wrigley Field for the first time, as it will be Santo Alcala take on Rick Russell, and we'll be at Wrigley Field for next Saturday, which will be May the 8th. All right, so that will be on the schedule. Again, no Monday night game this week because there's nothing on the schedule really besides one game. So that's all set. All right, so thank you folks for coming in. I appreciate your time. This is the Sports Time Machine bringing you coverage of Major League Baseball. Strat-O-Matic 1976 replay. Have a good night, everybody, and see you again.